Alright y'all, welcome back to Rebels Canyon. Going over war recap number 3. Let's head into the war log. Another just absolutely dominating war. 29-13, 96% to 51%. So we'll come in here, let's check out the map. We had a lot of people out this war. Again, a couple upgrades and a couple guys sick. So we ran with just 10, didn't have any of our usual kind of top donators and stuff. So actually our CC was a little bit weaker than usual. So running through the map here. Again, they really couldn't do anything to us. A single 3-star again on our bottom person. Moving over to their map, and as you can see, of course, 29 stars. So this is the only 2-star. Just absolutely crushed these guys. Going into the stats. An attack loss, I'm not sure who that was, we'll find out here in a minute. 9 3-stars, 1 2-star. Just absolutely just crushed these guys. We'll come back over here to the most heroic here in a minute. So let's check out the team. Let's check for any kind of... Pretty much everybody had a 3-star. Jimbo didn't have a 3-star, but I'm actually going to showcase one of his attacks because of the strategy he used. I actually remembered watching that one live. So we got a 6-star warrior on this one, of course, with Chad. Only 5 earned stars, but still 6 stars. So defenses, Carpe knocked him, not even attacked. DJ, good defense by DJ, especially a 3 coming all the way down to a 6 and attacking. And Jug's not attacked also. So check out the enemy team, Belgian team. So I guess they should stick to making waffles. Number 1 didn't even use any attacks. I guess maybe they just kind of gave up at that point. I'm just kind of running down through here real quick. Let's check the defenses. So nobody ever really attacked more than twice, it looks like, except for number 3. Number 3 gave us some problems. And that's another reason I want to showcase Jimbo's, because he actually had a pretty well-designed base for how we generally attack. Really kind of set up to not to give up the 3-star, but we always go for 3-stars. So a lot of times those 3-stars, if you don't get the 3, a lot of times you end up with just a 1. So sometimes a 2-star cleanup can come in and do a lot of good towards the end. So we'll come back in here and we're going to check out Jimbo's attack. So the reason I like this one is generally we were all coming from the right side, trying to take out all the defenses and then just clean up the trash at the end. Jimbo actually comes from the left side. I remember watching this one live and talking to him after. He said he knew he wasn't going to get a 3. Jimbo's only a Town Hall 8. So he said he wanted to come over here to the left side, and there's so much trash building over there and not a whole lot of defenses. So he said he was just worried about getting the 50%. He was just doing it to kind of get some loot. But I remember watching, I was thinking, well, that's pretty smart considering he's not going for a 3-star. Because once he got rid of all these defenses, Town Hall is exposed. And having his kill squad left with these witches and heroes, or his king, if everything funneled right, he would get to that completely unprotected Town Hall. So, really good strategy. The pathing was perfect on these hogs. I mean, they come right in and they do exactly what they need to do, going right to the same buildings, and they stay split. So the southern group stays south, the northern group stays north. Excellent heals, especially for what he was trying to do. He doesn't have any heals left over, and being the 5th attack, we knew where every single trap and giant bomb was. But being that he wasn't going for a 3-star, he didn't need to save those heals for those giant bombs, which end up taking out his hogs. But, because he wasn't worried about that, perfect placement on those heals. So again, hogs are dead at this point. I would have sent the king over to the left side, but I guess he wanted to, maybe get a couple more percentage points, or, maybe he was thinking that, hey, it's going really well, I can drop the king down over here and take out the queen, and maybe have a chance for these witches to come in and actually take out all the rest of these defenses. But at this point, I started getting a little bit worried. Oh, excuse me again. About the time. Wasn't quite sure if he was going to be able to break through all these walls of these witches, especially since some skeletons would kind of run off in some weird places. But they ended up dying, thankfully, and So his witches end up bringing him back. And then that one witch just goes to the right and just kind of sacrifices herself. So I was a little bit worried about that point too. But enough of her witches actually end up in this main group that are alive. So there's plenty of witches left. Again, still getting a little bit worried on time. He's got, you know, storage and he's got to break through some walls. But there's just so many skeletons left. I'm actually going to speed it up here just to kind of get some time down. But skeletons break through just fine, and you know, 25 seconds left on that town hall. With that many skeletons, it was plenty. So it gets it with about 10 seconds to spare, and it just runs out of time. So really good attack by Jimbo. Kind of came in, I think it was the second to last attack, and kind of stole the most heroic away. DJ had it. Or Drive Shaft actually had it for a long time, and then I think either Tyson or Chad came in about midway through and stole it, and then Jimbo comes up, you know, Town Hall 8 attacking a Town Hall 9 and gets it. So I'm going to work my way from the bottom this time. If you remember last video, in the middle of it, Flo Flo, they were talking about how she had a 1 minute attack. So I wanted to show that one. It's a fairly easy attack. You know, 2 very exposed and 1 weak air defense. Town Hall 7, dragons coming in, sweepers way out there also. So, I mean, this base had absolutely no chance, but just wanted to link the 2 videos together. You know, we talked about it last video, so wanted to show that 1 minute attack. And if you watch the time at the beginning, she drops it right about 1:05, 1:06. So, just barely over a minute to completely just destroy this base and just wreck the hell out of it. Pretty much everything dead at this point. Well, I'm just going to speed this one up because it goes so quick anyway. Not sure if she even lost the dragon. I have to go back through and count. Maybe 1 or 2 at the beginning there, but really just absolutely destroyed that base. So now we're going to come up and we are going to check out another GoWiPe by Jugs. And the reason I wanted to show this video is because he does his funneling really well and he's very, very patient. Had a little bit of a wall breaker fail over here on the right side whenever he drops his wall breakers. Right here, if you watch those 2 on the right side, they end up getting taken out by some mortar or bombs. So I'm sure that wasn't planned, but it actually ends up working really well because if you look, all those trash buildings are completely gone. And so it allows those second set of wall breakers to break open the second and third levels. And once that's broken open, you know, everything's gone. So all of his P.E.K.K.A.s and his king go straight to that middle because all those trash buildings are gone. So it prevents what this base is designed to do, to just get you in a loop and wrap you around and have all those bases on each level kind of pick at you by the time you get to those next levels. So really nice job in that funneling. And then once he's into the core, again, his Town Hall 8, you know, GoWipes, there's just so much health, especially with that, you know, Max King and the level 5 P.E.K.K.A. coming at this base. Just not enough left to do anything about it. So troops still just coming around. King and the P.E.K.K.A. split, which is nice. Helps the cleanup process. So, you know, everybody's going around the different loops. Really just kind of helps just speed it up. We'll keep it from running out of time. I'm going to speed this video up. It's pretty over at this point. And so these last guys coming around, just take out this last little defense there. All right, so now we're gonna move to Arv's attack. And I want to show this one. It was Arv's, I think it's his first attempt at a GoHo. If not his first, he doesn't do them very often. Usually just a straight hog attacks. But I want to show this one because this was actually just kind of an accident. He just went at number 1. It was, the war was ending. I should show the, it was last moment anyway. I mean, less than, obviously, so less than a couple of minutes left. And he just went at it just as kind of a joke. And it ended up getting a 3-star on it. But I really like this one because it really shows how scouting is so important. Because he knew where these giant bombs were, so drops 1 hog and takes out 2 giant bombs. Another hog to, he didn't quite get both of the giant bombs, but he set off the one, so now there's no double giant bombs to threaten his hogs. So perfect scouting, watching the replay is so important. So gets his golem going in there and gets his kill squad, draws out the CC troops, and drops his king and his queen up here just to do all the cleanup. And at this point, there's nothing that those CC troops can do. There's just, too many tanks, too much damage, and too many skeletons running around. Another reason I wanted to highlight this video is it really goes into, defensive-wise, never leave your giant bombs exposed like that, because you can have somebody just come in and set them off. And then when you have that happen, if you watch what he does here, all your defenses are right there in the core, and he drops three heal spells kind of in a line just to cover where all of the hogs are at and where they're going. And his last heal is going to be kind of in the middle, kind of covering everything else where the hogs are going and where the most defenses are. So, again, back to the defense, you never want to leave those exposed like that because the enemy can do exactly what Arv just did, set them off, and now there's absolutely no more threat to your hogs. And also his clan castle was very, very exposed, so it made the CC draw extremely easy. So you definitely don't want to do that. You want to kind of get your CC a little bit more buried. Even if your town hall has to go a little bit more to the outside, that CC is so important because it throws off, especially for a first attack, it throws off everybody's game, and they don't know what to expect. And get those giant bombs set in the middle, space your defenses out a little bit, because hogs are still king in this game, and if you don't do that, you're just going to come in here and you're going to get hogged like this and just give up a 3-star. I mean, you look, this was the top guy, and he has so many hogs left because there was no threat to him. And there was just nothing left to take those. And the hogs, everything, all those defenses being so clustered up and so tight together, one heal spell, those hogs are going to sit under that heal spell for so long, and there's just nothing those defenses can do to them at that point. I mean, there's not a defense in the game other than obviously Inferno Towers that can stop hogs if they're under a heal. So that'll do it for this war. Again, just an absolutely astounding war, 29-13, just crushed these guys, and this was a level 5 clan, so they should have been on par. Our next war might be a little bit tough, but we'll watch that recap when that war is over, and we will see you next war.